So we're going to take a walkthrough of a clinic. Dan receives a lot of questions in regards to what does a clinic need to look like, a research clinic. So we're just going to point out what's necessary. This clinic has a little bit more than is necessary, and we'll point that out too.
Our PI is waiting for us to move. All right, let's go. Hello.
You might need one of these too. They're called a PI.
Now let's move on.
All right, so what's this? This is the lobby. It's bigger than necessary. You really probably ever need to seat, what, 6 people? What do you think?
Yes, because this is a research site only.
And if it's research site only...
And you might need a coordinator.
You need probably no more than a place to seat 6 people.
Coordinator just ran off.
She's scared. Restroom.
Patient restroom with the urine sample, which goes to the next door, which connects to the lab. I can't talk today.
But your clinic does not necessarily need a restroom. It can be independent of the office space. It can be a lot of buildings.
Right.
The individual units don't have a restroom.
Yeah, we're just showing you ideal.
Yes, this is ideal, but it's not a necessity. You don't need a restroom in your clinic.
This is the Chris Sauber den.
Yeah, it's a mess. So
Eats a lot of chips.
This isn't necessary. This office space.
This is the business office.
Right. It's a site director kind of thing. It's not a necessity though.
Okay.
The PI's office, again, not a necessity.
But PI is a necessity.
Yes, PI necessity, office space for the PI, not a necessity. This is the research coordinator's office. Yeah, you do need one of these spaces. So, gives them a place to work and store documents. Now, the patient binders should not be stored in a room unless it's locked, or lockable. Here we have an exam room, ECG machines, exam table. That's a necessity. This is typically where we put them.
Hello, study coordinator.
You need one of those. So this is an exam room, or it could be an exam room. Right now we use it for coordinators.
Monitors.
Excuse me, monitors. I didn't mean coordinators. Monitors. Again, this room though is not a necessity. So far, what do we have for necessity? We have the lobby, coordinator room, exam room. Those are necessities.
This is another necessity.
Yes, this is a necessity as well. This is the lab room. So you need somewhere to draw patient's blood and process it. So centrifuge. You have lab boxes.
There's the urine thingy connector you saw earlier.
You have the lab kits, lab shipping boxes. So you need someplace to store all this material and actually execute the labs, right? Draw the patient's blood, process the blood. So you notice all of the boxes, right? So you need a lot of storage space.
This just an employee restroom. Again, optional.
Correct. There's a conference room.
Conference room / monitor room / assessment room. I mean, this really could be used for a whole bunch of things.
I think this room's a good idea. A conference room. If it could be smaller, it doesn't necessarily have to hold a conference table. But you do want a room for your monitors. You need an independent room for the monitors. And a lot of times you'll have studies in which they have assessments that you're not going to want to necessarily conduct in the exam room.
And this?
That's the break room.
Super optional. And in fact, I wouldn't even have one of these.
Yeah.
Break room? What is that? What is a break?
You know, where you keep your lunches, maybe sit at the table, whatever.
Very optional. Okay.
And then this is where at least this site stores their study binders.
Okay.
Again, you don't necessarily have to have this room.
Explain this. Everyone asks about this.
So this is the refrigerator and freezer. So this is the -20 freezer. And this is the refrigerator. So some drug needs to be stored, needs to be refrigerated.
Okay.
Some lab samples need to be frozen. So
Okay.
that's what these 2 units are for. Right now, I don't think we have a study that requires either. So
Okay.
they're just wasting energy at this time.
Thank you.
You also have to keep you need to know the temperatures. You have to keep a daily log of the temperatures for these things.
And they got to be calibrated,
They have to be calibrated.
as with all the equipment as well.
Yep. So again, this room's not a necessity, though.
Now explain this part. Okay, that's locked,
Right.
but we're already in the room, and that's locked too.
So,
So what is that called?
well, this room's double locked, right? So
Yes.
locking door there, and then there's
That's a requirement.
well, usually the way it's done though, that door is not necessary, right? It's not necessary that that door out there locks.
But they have to have double locked.
Right. So that fulfills the requirement. But
We
in
have
this case-
triple locked,
right. So the cabinets are locked in here as well.
so that's triple locked.
So
Right?
it's triple locked. So
Okay.
most office spaces, what you're going to have is the entry door to the room is going to be locked, and then the cabinetry is locked as well. That's double
And
locked.
what's this thing?
That's just to keep the room warmer or cooler. It's independent temperature control.
Could get important if depending on the climate you're in.
Any climate almost is important, right? Unless you live in San Diego.
I never even walked through here. I almost forgot what it looks like. Here's another one, and here's a third, and then here's the cooling system, just to keep this room temperature
Well,
controlled.
that's what that attaches to.
Yeah, when it gets
Too warm.
warm.
So yeah, where the binders are stored, not a necessity. This room is a necessity. You have to have an independent drug storage area.
Okay.
And you could put the binders in here as well with the drug storage.
Okay.
And there you go. So that's what's required for a research site.
That's the back exit. Thank you, Chris.